Holiday and welcome back to Weekend Edition. This is Rehash, where we recap the big stories of the week. And one of the biggest stories are whether or not all bets are off, Casino.
Right. You know the song and the saying, know when to hold 'em and know when to fold 'em. Well, that was the issue this week over between the Guam legislature, the Mayor's Council of Guam, anti-gambling organizations, and you name it, whoever else wants to get involved and chime in. But pretty much whether they're going to have the casino, this all starting whenever we broke the story that the casino was under construction over at the Paseo grounds, the new location, or going back to the location for the Liberation Day Carnival. That, of course, stirring up a lot of controversy, a lot of talk. And now Senator Talina Nelson, one step closer to getting her Bill 50 up for a vote and up for discussion on the session floor. We'll see whether or not that happens this week. But of course, as of today, or as far as we know, the mayors say the carnival's still on, the casino is still happening.
Okay, and we have some good news for
good and bad news. So I'll start with the bad news because that's how I like it. So for your power bills, it'll likely be going up around $12 for the average bill because of rising fuel rates. But the good news is in the long run, you may see those bills going down because GPA just this week invested in some batteries. So these batteries, if you have solar panels, it can get that energy and save it at night. And they're also investing in a new solar farm with the Navy. So over the next 7 years, right now we buy roughly 3 million barrels of oil every year. In around 7 years, we'll only have to buy 2 million barrels a year. So that's around $55 million a year we'll be saving. So hopefully that will translate to our power bills and we'll actually be saving some money there too.
Bills going back down, hopefully.
Yes. Saving there, hopefully saving money in the future. And Britt?
Okay, so on the digital side, like every week, we have another Guam All Around 360 video, and the next location is in Hagåtña. And one more thing for all of you guys on Snapchat, I don't know if you've noticed, but now when you're posting snaps, you'll have the option to add it to our story. Our stories are based on geographical locations, so let's all start contributing to our story so eventually we could watch the Guam story.
Yeah.
Cool. Very cool. And you know, more and more the news is user generated, and we get a lot of our news tips, a lot of the videos, the pictures from you at home, and so we'd love to hear what you have, what you see. You guys can report it to us. Maybe we can get you more information about it. As for me, this week spent a lot of time with the church stories, more victims, of course. And again, we're back in court. The numbers, the final count, it keeps coming, it keeps growing. I want to say close to 70. That's a safe word because as of news time, this might change. Close to 70 plaintiffs to date. This week actually was interesting because it marked the 1-year anniversary since the first victim surfaced. And actually Facebook Memories told me that. And so Roy Quintanilla, we saw him exactly a year ago, come out, publicly accused Archbishop Anthony Apron. And since then, nearly 60 others have also joined in and filed suit. And so the progress, you know, the wheels of justice, they supposedly turn slow. So we are finally seeing some court hearings to address these civil complaints. And what needs to happen next is that the attorneys need to prove that the District Court of Guam has jurisdiction. So some of the issues are that one victim lives in Hawaii, his abuser, alleged abuser, lives in the States, lives in a different state, and whether or not the District Court of Guam should actually hear these cases. Yeah. And so Attorney David Lujan has up until June 2nd to prove to the District Court that they have jurisdiction. If not, he's going to have to go back to the Superior Court, file again, start all over again. We all know the issue at the local courts is that none of the local judges want to hear these clergy sex abuse cases because everyone here, Guam is small. We're all tied to the local church, the Catholic Church. And again, if you have any news stories for us here on the news desk, email us at reporters@kuam.com.